We've got a first look at Camila Cabello as the new Cinderella. Hey guys, welcome back to another shared news from home. We've got an exciting sneak peek for you today, but before we get into it, make sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell so you don't miss out on any future updates. I'm your host, Morgan Wright, joined today by Denise Salcedo. Hi, Denise.
Hey, I'm so happy to be on. So excited to chat some news today.
Yeah, we've got some exciting news. We have exclusive images of Camila Cabello as she transforms into the new Cinderella, the new adaptation directed by Kay Cannon. The first images came out. We see Camila in her not yet elegant attire as she maybe appears to be looking for an outfit to wear to the ball. Now, this is the very first time that we're seeing any images from the upcoming movie. She tweeted these out. So, Denise, what is your first reaction when you saw this particular photo of Camila Cabello? You know, she looks like she may be rustling around with some fabric, trying to wear something to the ball. I don't know about you, but this image alone makes me excited to see it.
I'll tell you this much. It does not scream Cinderella though, because we all know Cinderella. She's the blonde with the very sparkly blue dress, very, very pink lips, and all of that. So
Mhm.
it's totally different. And that is why I think I personally love it because we've never gotten this version of Cinderella at such a big scale. And I'm so excited to see Camila Cabello play Cinderella because she really has this like very tender side of her. And like I've been lucky enough to see her perform live and, kind of get to chat with her a little bit backstage. But it's been pretty cool to sort of see her personality. So now I'm curious to see how her personality is going to come out as Cinderella. And that's the thing though with Camila is that she's this totally like, I feel like she's the Cinderella we've all been waiting for.
Yeah, and it's really interesting because when you think back to these Disney remakes, the live action remakes that they're doing, this kind of takes me back to when Will Smith was announced as the genie in Aladdin. You know, to me, it wasn't the obvious pick. You know, I wouldn't think instantly, oh, they're doing a live action remake of Aladdin. Let's have Will Smith be the genie. But once you saw him in that role, it was like he was my favorite part of that movie. So I feel like we're going to get the same out of Camila. She does have a very tender heart spirit like you were saying. So this isn't the only picture that we got. We also got a second image which appears to be at the ball with her co-star Nicholas Galitzine who's playing Prince Robert. Okay, what do you think about this image, Denise? Does this scream more Cinderella to you or are you still thinking this is a whole new look for the Disney
Oh,
classic?
when you talk about a tease this is because look at where the picture cuts off. You don't get to see the dress.
Mhm.
That's what we're dying to see this big Cinderella ball gown dress. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, I'm trying to envision what the rest is gonna look like. We can see a little bit of like the detail at the top of the dress, and it looks very very nice, very elegant. It almost has like a very like Victorian-esque vibe to me, but it's very romantic. But again, still at this moment, I still don't get Cinderella vibes from it. And then obviously because I'm going into these photos knowing that it's for Cinderella, to me, right now, aside from the color, I get very, very strong Beauty and the Beast vibes. That's the vibes that I'm getting. And I think it's probably just like the brunette factor, and she has the
Mhm.
braid and all of that. But I'm so excited to see the actual reveal of the dress itself. I also love that they did like this very natural look with her makeup. I can tell that she has like some long gloves and they're sheer. So those look really nice. So I'm just dying to see the full gown.
Now, we haven't really seen her co star in a lot. He's a bit of a newcomer on the scene, Nicholas Galitzine. I can't help but feel like a missed opportunity with not casting Shawn Mendes as Prince Robert. I mean, you know, they're already in a relationship, you know, they're head over heels for each other, madly in love. The chemistry on screen would just be unbelievable. Am I the only one that really wanted to see Shawn Mendes play Prince Robert?
Well, I remember their performance, like when they were just like singing together and they were just like looking into each other's eyes, and you had like this very intense moment where you kind of felt like you were invading on their personal space. So I do get you from like that end where you're like, oh, you know that the chemistry would be there. But I also think that, her having this chemistry with with her new fellow actor, I feel like if anything, it kind of makes it a little bit more challenging, a little bit more exciting. So I'm actually glad that we didn't get Shawn Mendes in this role.
So let's go through the rest of the cast that we know as of now. There haven't been any other images released, but we know that Billy Porter is going to be a fairy godparent. Idina Menzel is going to play Cinderella's stepmother. Pierce Brosnan is King Rowan, and Minnie Driver will be Queen Beatrice. Now, also, John Mulaney and James Corden are both playing mice who become footmen, with James also serving as a producer and getting a story credit. The musical is going to hit Amazon Prime in September. And I mean, unfortunately, that's all we have for this sneak peek, but I think it gets people talking. It gets people excited to see Camila in this new role. But you're right. I do get more of a Beauty and the Beast vibe, but I think it's just because she looks so much like Princess Belle, like just straight out the gate without any help. She looks like Princess Belle. But I'm excited to see her in this new role. I think it's something different. Obviously, she has a phenomenal voice. So, Denise, this is the first time seeing her on the big screen in such a big role. Incredibly high expectations, especially if it's your first big movie. It's a Disney movie at that, it's a live action remake. What do you think are the expectations for Camila Cabello? Is she going to live up to the hype?
I think she will. And here's the thing is that I don't think that Disney would have just casted her if they didn't see something in her besides, the fact that she's beautiful and that she's famous. They obviously saw, the fact that she could be this new version, this new rendition of a Cinderella. However, for Camila Cabello, she kind of does have a lot riding on this opportunity because, as you know, so many actresses, they either are really good at acting, but then sometimes they try to go into singing. And then you have the same thing with singers. They try to become actresses. And sometimes you can tell what they're best suited for. Like, not everybody can be Jennifer Lopez doing it all, but you want to do it, right? So I think that Camila Cabello knows that and she understands that. And this really is the test for her to see, like, okay, is she going to be able to balance both worlds of acting and music, or is she going to probably just be sticking to music? Is that going to be her strong suit? So Cinderella will obviously give us a good idea of what we can expect from Camila Cabello in the future. Now, based off of her music videos that I've seen, Camila Cabello has that type of personality where she can be the very cutesy and dorky and quirky type of girl, but she could also be very like sultry and seductive. So she can bring out these different facets of her personality. And I think that is why she's actually going to do a phenomenal job as Cinderella.
Yeah, I think it's interesting because when you look back, most times it's the actress or singer starts in Disney productions and then works their way out into the music industry or into bigger films. But this is kind of the opposite. Camila Cabello, she really made her path in the music industry and now she's switching over to movies. And her first big movie is with Disney. So, very excited to see her. I mean, I hope that she lives up to the expectations. I have a lot of faith in Camila. Like you said, we've seen her perform, we've seen her in music videos. We know that she's incredibly talented. So there's your sneak peek for Camila Cabello. First glance at her role as Cinderella. As always, make sure to follow us on our socials, subscribe to our channel, and ring the bell so you don't miss any future updates. I'm Morgan Wright. I was joined by Denise Salcedo. Give us a follow and say hello, and we'll see you next time.